All right, now there's a whole material universe that's been created by these crude forces, and it's really intricate. It has a lot of parts, gazillions and gazillions of atoms. All right, so no one's denying the sophistication in the sense of its massiveness. It's a huge, gigantic system for us to be reducing to its parts. Lots of parts to try to understand. But we understand the dynamics of the parts. That's not complicated. We understand the process and what they're being guided by. All right, and so even though it's very complex, it's very easy to understand how it does what it does and how it happened. It's very easy to build a model of it, a simple model, and to diagram probabilities. Pretty reliable probabilities. But that doesn't mean that we can't sit there and look at it and appreciate, look, we have this phenomenon of consciousness. It is an incredible thing that popped out of this system. And there's no rule saying, oh, you can't be a materialist and also appreciate consciousness. Of course you can do that. You can draw the logical conclusion that consciousness is a substantial event, that it means something, that at least it might mean something, and then you pursue that idea and try to figure out what it is and what feelings are worth and what ideas are worth. But you'd also figure out that we are subjectively still animals, addicted to the environment. Our DNA is still controlling us, all right? Our passions are still here. We are still animals. And we can't let that corrupt our perception. So we know that we find things beautiful, completely arbitrary reasons. All right, they're not intellectual reasons. They're built into us by our nature, by our conditioning, by our programming. And we just shouldn't be using words like beautiful and magnificent to describe these structures, especially when we know what they're built by, and especially when we know what they include, which is all kinds of horrible elements, horrible by definition of understanding, having an appreciation for the value and meaning of suffering, because there's elements causing suffering, creating the opportunity for suffering. And we have every rational reason to be concerned about that. But it's just crazily anti-intellectual, anti-intelligence to sit there and keep making arguments for magical answers that are going to somehow undo what we know. And what we know is this is a material universe, all right, that it does have cogs and wheels that are turning, and that they have been turning for billions of years, and that, there's just no magic dust in those gears. And so it's just such bullshit. I mean, you people are, you really are part of the problem. There's just no doubt about it. We've got to get people to start realizing how to change and make a better world, to make a more rational world. And you just keep giving people excuses to run away from rationality. You keep giving them excuses to think the fairy princess is going to save the day, or that they're going to find some better meaning in life if we just keep breeding and keep building, and that somehow, some way, consciousness is going to mean something better in the future. Well, it's not. We understand what it is. We are needful, hungry animals, and we need to be fed. And the simple equation is let's find efficient ways to feed ourselves. Let's find reasonable ways to moderate our needs. I mean, this isn't fucking complex. You're making it more complex. You're just creating opportunity for the malicious bullshit that's out there. All this religion and all this wishful thinking. And it's like I said, you're insulting intelligence, and you're destructive to the common community mind. You're making the world dumber. Fuckers.